Hi everyone, and welcome to a very cool edition of Kitten Corner. I think all my editions of Kitten's Corner is cool, but this one is fairly extra cool because we're actually going to put the doll together finally. Believe it or not, I was going to do it live, but I've already ran into some stopping points, and I literally this is take number 2 of so hopefully this will be the final take. I do have everything I need to get her together. Fingers crossed. The one thing that I kind of just dawned on me is that they did not send her with any instructions. Luckily for me, I kind of already know what I'm doing, but it's kind of nice to have some kind of a guide. So we have no room for error because there is no instructions to read. But definitely it's the same as if you watch my Emma video of me putting her together. It's definitely the same thing. It's just a bigger baby. Even with the waist, body, or what have you. So we're definitely going to put it together with the strings tonight and then turn around and put the zip tie through the body, so through the bottom of the body, so that it holds better. Zip ties definitely hold better than strings. Strings are softer, but on this kind of a doll, you really need as much support as you can get, especially if you're going to weight them with anything. So without showing her girly parts, I do have to open up her head and open up her arm pieces. So we're going to get that out of the way first. This is very extremely sharp. You definitely, if you're going to get into reborning, need to invest in one of these because you will find yourself using it more often than not. But be careful when you do, and if you ever meet resistance, it's definitely time to just replace the blade. But I bought a set, so we're good to go on that. Yeah, and definitely take your time. So I hope everybody's doing groovy and great and all that kind of stuff, and you are having a great week so far. It is Tuesday here in Georgia. It is hot during the day, cooler at night. The bugs make it impossible to enjoy the cooler at night part because they are out full force, unfortunately, and they will not give up their time. So even though it's cooler to go outside at night, you definitely still get ran in the house by the bugs. And I'm gonna see if the other one will work a little better. This one has an edge on it, and I think the edge is fighting against us. So I have my other one. Like I said, I have a whole set of them, so I definitely can bounce back and forth. Yeah, I don't even see where that one was actually going. And you do not want to cut your doll piece, like cut the doll or what have you. So this is something you definitely need to take your time on and get it done. Okay, so I am having to really squint and look at this, and I don't like that. We definitely don't want to make mistakes this close to being done with this little one. And that vinyl is very soft, so one wrong move could cost you a $200 doll. So we definitely don't want to make those mistakes. If you just watched the hair video, I do want to thank you for tuning into my channel. If you caught the painting and the hair video, thank you as well. I'm so grateful that you spent that time with me. And if you're sticking around for the money video, or not money video, but how to get your reborn online, what sites to use, etc., I cannot wait to show you how it's done and how most artists do it and give you suggestions. Of course, as always, well, thought I had it all. As always, I'm here to answer questions and help you get started on this if this is your career. Now, if you are just in it just because you wanted to know how to make a baby, well, I hope I gave you enough instructions or incentive to at least get started. We're going to turn this upside down because it's literally flapping in the wind, but not letting go. It's like a loose tooth. You know that loose tooth that holding on to the piece is so small you can't even really grip it, but it's aggravatingly stuck. Yeah, that's what that one's doing. Now we have to do the same thing to her arm. And to be honest with you, this is the first time I ever had a doll have the armpits and the neck pit still in. So I'm assuming this was so that if you were going to Genesis heat set it and it was going in and out of the oven, that it had some kind of strength, which was very considerate of them. But now we have to carefully cut those parts out. So getting on the medical thing, I am definitely attempting to get my not surgery, but the procedure done. I'm still waiting on test 2. I'm not too stressed out about it because I'm assuming that this doctor has certain times where he can actually do the operating room, and that's why he hasn't reached out yet, as of yet, for the second test. And then we have to do the other one. So I'm kind of glad that it didn't go just of yet because, yeah, I have some things I need to get together. Plus, I wanted to get this baby done. I do want to have her on sale, or for sale rather, before I have the harder of the 2 procedures done. Just in case something weird happens and I need to stop and be still for a while. Okay, so I got that one. We have one more, and then we can actually get started. Yay! Okay, so her limbs and everything are already kind of open and everything. I said that I'll probably have to open that arm if you caught it from the beginning when I was describing her kit. But we will wait and see on that, because the little hole might be to our advantage. So it's no use in us trying to jump the proverbial gun. And again, we have a little piece that's just kind of hanging on. Okay, so now we have our holes made. We're going to put our very sharp tools up for right now. I don't believe we need them anymore. I think that'll be it. As we get started, there's always the great debate about putting stuffing in the body, and I stick to my decision of of doing it, but not weighting the body, because one, they can't really feel it, and 2, we're going to put enough weight in her other extremities where that won't matter. So now we have her head, and as you can see, I have her hair pulled back. It is already glued in because, yeah, that's very important. I've already ran a proverbial brush through it as well, just to go ahead and get it started. So now we're going to flip this over and definitely stuff her head with cotton. Her head has actually been curing for a while. Usually I go ahead and stuff it with cotton shortly after I put the glue in, as a place for the glue to kind of rest on. But I kind of let this cure it because I really want to make sure that it was rock solid. Of course, she doesn't have a pacifier, so we are definitely not worried about that little part. And if you remember from the Gabriella kit, was it the Gabriella kit? I believe it was. And the Julietta kit and the Emma kit, this is the part you need to make sure, you're stuffing the dolls if they have this extra ball joint thing going on, because that's what's going to keep the parts from falling inside of the doll. And you don't want to overstuff it, but you do want to make sure those cheeks are kind of supported. Alright, so we got her full of cotton. Now, as I said, it didn't come with instructions, so fingers crossed this is gonna work. I do not see my little hooky. I really do have everything kind of staged together right here, but I actually switched how I was going to sit while I did this. I can't English today, but so I don't see the little hook, and we definitely cannot get started without the hook. Interesting. I am 100% sure it's sitting right in my face. I just found it, guys. Okay. We got our hook. Okay, so now we're gonna have to go on past experience again, and we're gonna have to unhook this from this little part, which we know works because it is hooked on there like super tight. I don't understand them putting it there, but I guess that's kind of like their low-key way of showing you how they want you to do it. So we got it unhooked, and we're gonna leave this in there because if you can remember, that was the part we had to squeeze out and all that kind of great stuff. Okay, we have our bottom hooky thing. I'm trying to remember. I really hate that they did not give us instructions on this little one, but if I am recalling correctly, this part goes in here. No, it doesn't. It actually goes in there. And that reminds me, I do need to redo the head on my Len kit because it is definitely not in the position it's supposed to be in. And if we can recall, this is the kind of tough part. Let's see how nice she's going to be tonight. Oh my goodness. Yes, thank you so much for being nice. Now my cotton is actually in the way because such is life. Okay, now we have it in there. Now if you can remember, this is where it gets a little tricky. We have to place her head on and weave the hook through all of this like this, like so. And now we have to have our little ball thing, our little thing, because that's what's going to hold it on the inside. We're going to lay her this way, and we are going to slide our hook in, find it. Okay, drop it down, and we're going to take her out of view for a minute so I can see, because I cannot see where I have her. Pull that hook through, pull. This never gets easy, guys. And I have it on there, but it's hooked on the hook as well. So I'm gonna try to lower the hook down without blinding myself with the hooky thing. It's literally hooked on there, but it's hooked. The hook is hooked on the hook. So the metal hook is hooked on the little plastic hook. So we gotta wiggle out the hook. Come on, let go. Okay, you gotta let go. Now I see what she was saying about the forceps. How did I hook it on the inside instead of the outside? Alright. That definitely doesn't make any sense. And this is why I kind of didn't really want it to do it live. Because, yeah, these are the problems you do run into when putting these types of dolls together. But, yeah, you definitely, they're worth it when you get them done. But goodness, getting them done can be a trial. It's trial and error, and sometimes you win and sometimes you lose. Obviously, it's trying to tell me I'm finna lose. But we will keep trying. I'm going to try one more time, and then we'll try something else. Let go. remember, we still have to get her arm pieces the same way. Okay, now I've unhooked it all together, which I did not want to do. I know y'all heard it click that time, but it's definitely has the... How did we do this the last time? Oh yeah, we didn't use the hook they gave us one of the times. I almost want to bend it, but not really. I definitely wanted to let my hook go. I think it's because this hook is not metal, it's plastic. So as I'm trying to push it down a little so it'll give, it won't. Well, this is one of, I'm pretty sure, one of the few problems we're going to run into. Thankfully we're getting this. What's the longer piece? Alright, how did we do this? And now I've unhooked everything. That's a bummer. So we're going to catch our little tubey thing again. Or not. Okay, so alright, round 2. We're going to catch the little tubey thing. And this is definitely why I kind of was procrastinating. Not that I thought I would run into this problem, but I knew all the problems that come with putting these babies together, on top of the fact that you don't want to rush and do it, and you definitely don't want to have other things going on that will take away from you doing it correctly. So we'll put our little thing in again. I'm definitely getting why she used forceps to hook that hook free, but I don't have forceps, so we really got to make this work somehow. Okay, it's not going through her head. Where's the hook at? Okay, so you get to see an inside scoop of what I'm trying to do. I have that hook like this. Let me see if I can bend it down just a touch. So I have the hook like that, and I have to pull that hook over this little white tube on the other side. So round 2, let's go. I almost wish this hook wasn't so thick. I almost wished I saved. I just thought about something if I don't get it this time. I do have the hook that the lady sent with the Len kit, and I do believe it's thinner than this. This is like a very thick plastic, and it's not trying to work. Here we go, round 2, let's go. Put her little head in, pull it through. Okay. It's actually now resting on it. Maybe that's what I kind of want it to do. Alright, yes, I got it. Woo! Victory! And there she is, our big, beautiful girl. So we're going to lay her there because that's definitely only round 1 of many. So the second thing we have to do is get her little arms. And by little, I mean long arms. I have everything wrapped still in the nightgown thing because I wanted to protect her paint while we were not working on her. And yes, she has socks on her hands because I didn't want her rubbing. No mistakes. I wanted this paint to just sit and chill until we actually put her together. But this is one of her arms. Ta-da! This sweet little baby. And over here is the other arm coming out. So this paint has actually been resting for a few, definitely about 2 weeks now at least. This is her other arm. Okay, I definitely want to put a little bit of weight in her arms. I'm probably going to regret that. I was going to do a pound in each, but I'm feeling like that's going to be overkill. So I think we're going to split this, but we'll see how far it goes down. I'm pretty sure I should have brought my funnel, and I'm definitely sure I didn't. So here we go, round 2 with our next struggle with her arms to get the weights in, because I don't want to open that hole wide. And if you can remember with the Emma kit, we learned the hard way about not putting the glass beads and stuffing in their arms first, because the little piece got lost in her arm, and for love or money could I not get that piece out of there. And like I said, although I'm pretty sure her arm could take a pound, we definitely don't want her super heavy from the waist up. I'm going to be vacuuming. You don't want her heavy from the waist up, because that's extra weight on that armature, on that middle piece, rather. I know there's a stick in here somewhere, or maybe not. Anyway, we don't want that piece heavy, so we're going to go ahead and get this stuffed in here. It's always amazing what you remember, what you remember you should have remembered after it's too late to remember it. I definitely need that stick, but I thought it was one in here in my defense. So there's that. So in T-Hue, we are definitely going to try to get the procedure done quickly as possible. Get the next baby started also as well. If you want a quick, I'm gonna say refresher course on Genesis heat set, feel free to join me, and that's where I'm going next. I'm gonna do the same decision. I'm gonna do just draw the egg. I may just let one of my grandkids or something pick a box, and whichever box they pick, that's the doll I'll do with the Genesis heat set, and get the doll for July started. I definitely meant to get this little girl up and on eBay. We're gonna use the hook to get the stuffing down in there, but I wanted her up and on eBay like days ago, but things happened. I had company come in town, and real life happened, so yeah, I'm definitely behind, more behind than I would like to be on her, but we definitely are going to get her going and on eBay, and hopefully sold fairly quickly. And again, if you make mention on my eBay page that you came from my YouTube page and watched her get put together, I'm definitely will give you a little bit of a discount, maybe free shipping or something, just as an appreciation for you spending this journey with me. I'm definitely not going to put this information on the detailed video, because I don't want people from eBay going, hey, I watched her put together, and knowing that they didn't. So I'm definitely sharing that information with you, not with the world, but I definitely want to know. I deeply appreciate you spending time with me while I put her together and while I painted her and everything. I feel like you got to know this little one fairly well, and I hope she really does find a great home. This is to me is like my most important thing, is finding them great homes to go to. And it is hot in Georgia, cool tonight, gonna be hot again tomorrow because it's Georgia and it's hot automatically. Yeah, definitely the weight of the world in Georgia. It's humid in the morning, it rains in the afternoon, or threatens to rain, and put trash in here, threatens to rain, and then either does or doesn't, and then it gets hotter for some reason until the sun goes down, and then it gets nice outside where if you sit on your porch it's really great, but you can't sit on your porch because the mosquitoes will eat you alive. So there's that. So even with like the citramellida, I have it burning on the porch, it is still quite miserable with the bugs. We're not gonna overstuff it. I remember what happened with that one, and hopefully this will not be as trying as her body part, so we can get her together. And the great debate about stuffing her middle, honestly, I think that's just an extra step you'll be taking, just simply because her middle is kind of hard. It's kind of the same concept of putting cotton in that full body baby that I had, because you can't squeeze it and feel it anyway. So, but beyond weighting the limbs and probably I put a bag of glass beads in her middle and just enough cotton to hold it. But this baby is going to be weighted very nicely, and yeah, it is going to be an unnecessary step. We are going to put poly pellets in her bottom half, because her bottom half, unlike her top half, is soft cloth, and we definitely want her mommy, to be able to enjoy her. Now we have the same little hook concept. There's a hook on one side, and there is a hook on the small side, and that string got to go through the whole doll. And they've already kind of hinted how they need you to do it, and it's really, really tight. So be very, very careful, because it's gonna probably snap back. I guess I understand them putting it together, but not really, because man, that was hard to do. So you definitely want to slide it in, and this one is way better than the other one. If you can remember how it was kind of difficult to kind of push it through, her vinyl is very soft in that concept, so it's like literally just slides through. Now we're going to take our other half and I guess it doesn't really matter. I was going to say I may have messed up, but I guess it doesn't rightfully matter. We're going to do the same thing on this. Lost, because wouldn't the hook need to be on this one? Well, okay, we're going to do it the way they had it hooked. So they had this on here, and then I guess you gonna pull the hook through, and no, that doesn't make sense at all. Alright, we'll figure it out. Because unlike the head, where the hook is hooked on the part we're gonna pull through, they have the string on this side and the hook on the other side. So are they insinuating and I do remember that you gotta put this through the body. I do remember that part. Like I said, we're gonna learn today together. I know you gotta put the white part through the hole and have it resting on the other side, but not going through, if that makes sense. Okay, I think I put it in the wrong way. Okay, have it through the hole, but not resting on the other side. So that it sits kind of like in that hole. Alright, we got that part together. Alright, are you ready, Isabella? If you say no, I 100% agree with you. I'm not ready either. But let's do it anyway, okay? Alright, so the way they have it set up, I guess we're going to slide our hooky thing through. I hope I have it where you can see it. And catch this string. Pull the string through. I'm going to push her up, pull the string through, and catch it with the hook on the other side. Okay, that makes 100% sense, and it's just going to be kind of awkward. I can't even get the hook to stay hooked on. Okay. Alright. Now I have seen people ask for help. I am here alone. So we are going to ask the doll gods. The doll gods to help us get this right. So we got to pull it and somehow hook it to this hook. Alright, here we go. Come on. Where is it? Oh no, I missed. I literally almost had it, guys. Okay. We can do this. We can do this. We can't do this. Okay, I'm just playing. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. If it looks painful to her, imagine how it's feeling to me. Okay. I gotta have that hook hovering over here. Alright, you can do it, cat. How? Wait. This is like a math problem. What in the world? I want my money back. Alright, I'm gonna pull this hook so I can hook this. I gotta pull and loop. I don't understand. How do you do this single-handedly? Come on, baby, come on. You do not know how really close I am to having it right where I need it to be. It's literally sitting on the inside, but not hooked in. Alright. Okay, here we go. New respect for doll artists that do this by themselves. Whew. Okay, I have it hooked. But now we have to unhook the blue hook from it without losing our hook. We're gonna rest. But we definitely have her there. Okay, we definitely are where we need to be. So we are not going to let anything go. Alright, come on, baby, let it go. Let it go, let it go. Come on. Okay. I did it, guys. I did it. Yay! Oh my god. Oh my god. She is together. Woo! Like my hands are shaking, guys, because wow, that was hard. Okay, I understand. I was like, well, why do you keep sending hooks? And definitely I see why, because that hook is done. Do you hear me? Done. But she is together from the waist up. We're definitely not gonna put any glass beads. And literally, guys, you know, as I always say, it's downhill from here. Woo! I should have really got a water. But okay, so yeah, we're going to take her legs out at last. Excited about putting her together. Of course, yes, she has socks on. Because I want to protect my paint. So I'm weird like that. And I definitely will be putting her back into night clothes because it's nighttime after we get her together. We got our last glass beads, and we definitely, I want to put a pound in each leg, just simply because she's not a little girl, she's not a little kid, so she definitely needs some weight. And if I bought her, I definitely wouldn't want her feeling too light at all. So She also has those leg pegs, so I'm hoping, but I'm remembering that it's kind of ball jointed as well. So we're going to have to wiggle those in. But let's get the weight in first. And unlike the armature, we don't have to worry about plugging it because it is definitely already plugged in. That's a pound. And if you see glass beads sprinkling, that's because I totally missed the hole on that. Alright, like I said, I'm definitely going to have to clean the floor before I go to bed tonight, which it is already tomorrow morning, so before I go to bed this morning. Let's try to get this done, and then I am definitely going to do a follow-up video, and while I am doing the detailed video, that will definitely be the introduction to 103 of marketing the little one, because the first thing that it actually is the first step of marketing the little one is getting a great detailed video done. Did I burp that other foot? I probably didn't. Of your baby and telling people what they're getting, etc., etc. Okay, I'm kind of have her spread out a little bit everywhere now because wow. Okay, we are back in this. Okay, as you can see, there's a little piece there. So just like we did with our other babies, we need to stuff these little limbs with the cotton to make sure that we are giving her some body, because we're definitely not going to be able to hook her on and then do it. So she has a metal rod thing coming down, so I am assuming they want you to stick that in her foot. I don't know how she bends with that on there. I have seen her, and pretty much there's no pictures I haven't seen her with her legs bent, so I'm not exactly sure how that works with this little metal rod piece though, but we're definitely going to find out, because it would seem to me that the metal piece would definitely prevent her from bending her legs, not help her bend her legs. And of course she has strings. You know how I feel about strings, but we're definitely, what I will do is finish this video up and then come back, and everywhere I see a string I will replace with zip ties. But I definitely want to not have this video go too far over an hour, which I pretty much feel it's going to go over an hour, but maybe hopefully not too far. I mean, to be honest with you, we've done the hard part. Putting those little pieces in, that's the hard part. It's like a battle. You're either going to lose or win. Definitely going to have to do her feet like we did with the little customs, and that means putting the feet in, putting the armature in, and then working the stuffing around the armature. It's not that big of a problem. It's just touch time consuming. Okay, let's see how far this little armature thing goes. Goes like right there. And to be honest though, I know she's supposed to be a bigger baby. She is not much bigger than the June kit, and she's supposed to be bigger than the June kit, because the June kit was 32 inches, and she's supposed to be 40. So, I don't know. I mean, but then I'm also not taking into consideration that her whole waist and stuff is not on there yet, so I might have misspoken. We'll definitely find out in a moment now, won't we? Okay, so as you see, she has the little ball joint things, but I've also seen her with her like legs bent at the knees, but I'm trying to figure out how did they achieve that with her having this metal piece in. But you live and we will definitely learn. Okay, how do they want you to put that in with the cotton? No, stand on your own. Okay, I feel like the cotton's trying to tell me something. It is. I definitely have it on. Let me see. Yeah, definitely have it on backwards for one. It's always good to check those things. Definitely don't want them to have a fitted body where her waist is dominant, and then we have it where you can't where it's facing forward instead of backwards. So definitely want to cover all our bases. Gonna lay her down. Lay her down. Try to find the strings again. Where did they go? There they go. Okay. Figure out what's going on with this little body piece. Why is it not wrapping around? Maybe I overstuffed the stuffing. Jeez. And if you remember the June piece, the June doll rather, like she had a gathering at her knee so that she could bend her knee. Okay, this little one does not have a gathering at her knee. So again, curious as to how she is going to bend her knees. But right now I'm curious as to how I'm going to get this part of her body on. I see that it's slanted. That's curiouser and curiouser. That's definitely her rump. You can see how it's gathered. Okay, so this has to be right, but it's definitely slanted, like at an angle. Unless that's just the way it's slanted, like the June doll, so that she can have a bent knee. If you can remember, there was a little extra cotton where her knee was, so that her knee could bend. So maybe that's exactly what's going on here. But what's odd is that when I'm tightening it, it's not wrapping around like it should. Definitely have too much cotton. This is definitely why I despise strings over zip ties. But it is exactly what it is. But just bear with me on using the strings instead of the zip ties tonight. Just because I want to get her done, and I don't want to have the cotton in her, have the mess up, have to take her apart, and I'll put the permanent zip ties in. That's my rule. I kind of go ahead and use their strings, and I usually do not put zip ties in until the baby is going home, with the exception if the body is coming apart unnecessarily, then I will definitely go ahead and put the zip ties in. If it's not doing what I need it to do. I do see a knee gathering there, so I am going to assume that is how her leg is going to bend. Let's wiggle this little leggy in and make sure we got the right leg. A little late if we didn't, but we definitely was going to make sure. Okay, as you can see, now she's looking kind of long. Alright, that's a good girl. Stand on your leg and stand on your own 2 feet. I strongly believe I have way too much cotton in her legs. But I didn't want to not have enough cotton in her legs. So it's kind of the price you have to keep working on until you get it the way you want it. And that's with any of your dolls. That's a good thing to remember. You're going to find that people are going to be like, well, it's not stuffed enough, or it's stuffed too much, or what have you. And you're going to have to not like ignore them, but when you are putting a doll together, you're going to have to make it the way you like it. And then if you are willing to, give them the option to to either take cotton out or put cotton in, etc., to suit them. Or like, or what I do, I give detailed instructions. I tell them what's in their baby, and like where they can find polyfill if need be, and where they can find or what's in there so they can remove it, and all of that comes in handy. And just like, and it also helps to know, if you're just buying a doll, what's in it, so that you can know what you need to work with if you go in. So this is always a good lesson on that too. And I found out one of my dolls actually had one of the dolls that are coming in these box openings that I have planned for you guys, that are literally already done. Okay, that's kind of cute. That are literally already done, but not quite finished. But I went to stuff the baby more and found out that she has rubber gloves in her head and rubber glove in her midsection, where the lady thought it'd be a-okay to just go ahead and just fill her with glass beads. I'm assuming. I'm scared to open the rubber gloves up, but I'm gonna assume that, okay, we put way too much cotton for what I'm about to do, but I'm gonna assume that she wouldn't cheat me and put something else in there. But the fact that she used the rubber glove instead of stockings, I don't know. But so one of my dolls that was kind of like, it was scary, sad, disappointing. I literally kind of just closed her up. It's poly pellets and holding the stocking, and that's how light they are. That they're not even making the stocking fill up. There we go. All right, and we kind of do the massage thing, and we put some more. This is a generous size stocking because I kind of want to put a good bit of this polyfill in here. Poly pellets rather in here. One more bit, okay. But anyway, her assumption was, I'm sure, that no one's gonna open this doll, but she weighted her stuffed her with polyfill so lightly that I had to go in. And boy, was I in shock when I opened her up good. I really mistied this. So I'm double knotting it so it won't come apart. Okay. So I got this generous sack of poly pellets. If you haven't ever felt poly pellets, they feel so good on cloth. So we're going to put it near her bum. And then we're going to stuff the rest of it with polyfill. Then we are going to put her together. And guys, it's really just that simple. That she's literally almost completely done. And I will get her dressed and do the thanking of you and try to get some sleep. And again, so sometimes in the close future, I definitely will put a video on of her close up and done and pretty and looking like $1,000,000. This is our last hill, is we got to get her body on top of her hind parts. Okay, let's see what's going on with this middle section first before we do that. Okay, I got one leg standing and one leg not standing. That's what was going on. But what I really need you to do, and yes, I'm talking to the baby, is to relax and let me get this body on. Alright, so we're going to stuff it. It's no easy way to do this part too, but I love this doll. If it wasn't for the fact that I love this doll, I definitely wouldn't be sitting here trying to fight to do this midsection, because I hate this midsection. So what I'm going to do so that I can turn her around, probably because I'm going to have to get this done, is I'm going to put her shirt on. because the twist tie, of course, is in the back. If that makes sense. So this is her cute little shirt with the little butterfly on it, and it's fitting because both of my granddaughters now, thanks to my mom, own little shirts with butterflies on them. So we're gonna put it over her head, and of course this is the fun part, getting her dressed and everything. And then like I said, I'll definitely do a close-up video, and I'll definitely do her hair, brush it through and everything, so that in her close-up video, so that the potential buyer can see that, you know, there's absolutely no lost hair. And then I cheat because I've already brushed through her hair. Okay, her little shirt. Please don't let this be too little. Please don't let it be too little. And I got her dress. And if you don't overfill their limbs, they're also easier to dress. That's the other thing I was gonna say. I didn't pause. I'm sorry about that pause, but I was trying to get her arm in. Okay, now I can turn her around and button up the back of her shirt. And she's looking so cute. I can't wait to show y'all in just a second. Give me just a second. Put the little button on. Alright, put your button on. Button in your button. And okay, button won't button. It's those little rubber band things that you pull over the button. You know, just something hard for the parent, and the kid can't reach it because they're behind it. So now we're going to turn her body around to face you. And lift her up. And there she goes. Say hi, everybody. I'm getting done. We're going to try to stand her up a little bit. I'm trying to sit her in my lap, believe it or not. And I'm not exactly extremely thrilled with how that's feeling. So give me a moment. Again, case in point, why we do not put zip ties on at first. Just in case when you get her together, you're not digging it either. You definitely want to, when you put your final product together, for it to feel good to you. If it don't feel good to you, it's not going to feel good to your buyer. I'm not trying to make her too fat, but we definitely want to make sure we're filling in her bottom and everything, because we're going to put, of course, she's a big girl, so she's going to get some Gara panties, not diapers. So I'm going to straddle her, because you can't really see it. Oh, yes, you can. I'm going to back up so you can see it. We'll straddle her like that, just like we did with Emma. I'll lift her up and over. Now her shirt's, of course, is going to be in the way, but that's fine. Just don't want her exposed. So we can put her hands up there. And if you will wiggle for me, if you will wiggle for me, if you will wiggle, do the wiggle, will you wiggle for me? And we're tightening, and we're making sure that that little loop is going all the way around and in, and that it's in. And then we tighten. I'm going to hold it and then check again. Fill it all the way around. Definitely don't like strings on this part, but we definitely don't have a choice on this part. And if you can remember last time, I ended up messing up and tearing her cloth body, Emma's cloth body, that wasn't exactly the best cloth body anyway, but I tore it because I went and I pulled it in the wrong direction. So I didn't do that this time. And Isabella is sitting here like a big girl. Okay, let's see. She is together, but I'm definitely going to be gentle with her until I switch it out with the zip ties. But I do want to turn her around and get her dressed. And she is not together. She literally just came off. Ugh, I hate those strings, and I'm trying to be patient, but we're going to definitely take off her socks, put on her little sandals. Boom. Oh no, it might be a little too big. I put on, oh, you know what? I should have put on her pants as well. This is the cutest little skirt, and then it has the little pants that go underneath it for those of us who are like, oh, that's just, take off your shoe. Put your pants on. Alright, and then we will do round two at the string. This is why I don't really like the strings in the middle. I don't like that middle section at all, but it is what it is. I really think these pants might be too tight for her. We finna find out. The good thing is you can really get her dressed really fast because she's not together, so you can kind of wing it. The bad thing is she's not supposed to be doing this, and you definitely don't want her doing this with a person that's paying money for her. Yeah, these pants may be a little too tight for her. Bummer, because they are adorable. Let's see. Okay. Fine. Fine, Isabella, fine. Come on, jump, 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 jump. Alright, pull them up a little more. And then we're going to lay her down. And we definitely need to get her a bigger size on these pants. So everything that I got in 3T, I believe this is, it's not going to fit her right. These pants are just plain tight though. Oh my god. But they're cute. But we don't need them tight. There we go. There we go. There we go. Alright, straddle me again. But that's her little skirt. Straddle me again, mama. Straddle me again, mama. Let's try this again. Okay, so I already have a remedy for this, so she will definitely be together and securely together the next time you see her. That's not the problem. I really just don't like, it doesn't support the way it should, which is really sad because it's a great concept that you definitely have a stuffed baby from the waist down and a vinyl baby from the waist up, so you can put it in so many different outfits, but you can't put it in anything if it's not going to stay together. But yeah, so I definitely could show y'all that on cam, but basically what I do is I take 2 zip ties and I literally string them together, and then I pull the now very long zip tie through and do the same thing I would do on any other part of her body with the pulling of the zip ties, etc., etc. But there she goes for round 2. I'm gonna lift that up on cam so you can see she actually is together right there. She's together and it's holding, but it's definitely not gonna hold securely, and it's definitely something that's gonna slide right back off if you don't figure out how to do it. And I do believe that is why people tend to not weight them from the top going up, but I like a little weight on the babies up top. Look up, mama, so they can see. But here she goes, guys. This is Isabella, the Aloenka kit from Natalie Blick. She definitely has to get her middle a little bit more secure, but she's definitely together, guys. And let's see if I can smooth her little skirt down. Yeah, there she goes. Smooth her little skirt is giving. This whole outfit is giving me blahs. What is going on with your outfit, mama? What is going on with your outfit, mama? Alright, so this outfit is giving me the blues, so she definitely won't be wearing this the next time you see her. But please, Help me welcome Isabella. She's pole jointed and she is ready to go. And if you stay through the whole video, thank you so much. That was so fun. And I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed putting her together for you. Alright, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.